We're live.
Hey
Got
everybody.
through our got through our technical gremlins today. We've got Laura's unfinished project. Bear Rose is here. It's kind of what we call an ambush live. So this one's one that we didn't advertise, but I figure a few people will still turn out, and we can let everyone know that Blu-Grit Garage Walter is on the cusp of 500 subs. I
Walter and
believe
Anna.
that's it. That's it. We got Walter on screen.
Yep.
Gonna surprise Anna a little bit later, apparently. Hopefully, you'll have your 500 here shortly. Big Mike is here. Big James of SSR Performance is here. Not the 500 yet, Big James. But what we ask is he was at 479 a few minutes ago, and if you would share out Blue Grit Garage's link to your friends, as always. If he earns your sub, subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, check it out. A lot of content on there. Visiting museums, interviews with drivers, racers, all kinds of good stuff. A lot of good Ford content. It's good stuff. Empire of Rust, welcome.
And I even came prepared.
That's it. Well, we
Yeah.
coordinated. It looks like.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been to two of the No Name Nationals, and third time's a charm. We're trying to get a car out there this third time. And last night I did a couple of shorts. I'm putting in the longer wheel studs. I think AHRA spec says you have to have the wheel stud extend out half inch, which is the diameter past the rim. I mean, if you got steel rims, they're only about quarter-inch thick, but the aluminum
It
ones
has,
are.
it has to be the diameter of the stud into the hex
Yeah.
of
Okay. Yeah.
the nut. Yeah. And
Right.
where people run afoul, that's when they run those aluminum wheels because they have a thick center.
Right, and then the other thing is, yeah, I was the quarter-inch, but the only problem is the last quarter-inch of the stud wasn't threaded, so
Ah,
I'm sure they mean threaded, so I missed it by a quarter-inch. So, and then I had I showed pressing them out. I don't like taking a hammer and just beating them out. Kind of like,
oh,
would you beat a harmonic balancer onto a crankshaft? No, that's not
Oh, I,
necessary.
I was actually taught to do it that way in auto trade school. And I just, yeah. And
Yeah,
I asked him, I said, what happens to your thrust bearing when you do that? Oh, it's fine.
yeah, it's
Factory trained Ford tech taught us to do it that way. Just hammer it on.
yep. So, but yeah, oh, I'm over at my parents' house. My dad was talking to me. So, but yeah, I saw how you were installing them with a nut. That's kind of fine, but I had the
Yeah.
press right there, so I got to get my
Oh,
use of
sure.
the Harbor Freight press.
Oh, yeah. If you have the axle out, I use the press too. I really made that video for another YouTuber who insisted that you could not put a stud in without removing the axle. And
Oh
so I
yeah.
said, no, you can use a nut and washer and all. I mean, I prefer the press, but if the axle is out like that, yeah.
Well, Fords are easy. You only have the four bolts, and you pull them right out. And then I showed how to use a brake drum as a slide hammer. You know, so on one of the other videos. So,
Yeah.
but you got to think I'm doing five of them. So do I really want to beat on that axle to take out five studs? I'm sure that bearing's not going to be too happy about that. So I pressed them out, putting them in. I could probably do it the way you did it, but like I said, Harbor Freight press is getting late, but just more or less playing. You got to make it kind of fun, So
I bet if there's room, you could use a ball joint press to push him out if you wanted to, probably. Or
ball
you might even use a clamp. You could probably use a clamp if you had a shallow enough. Like if you were to take a
joint press.
socket, probably like a 1 inch socket, a real shallow one or cut
Mhm.
one or something, you could probably put on the back and use a clamp to push the old one out, probably.
Yeah, then I have to take the brakes off.
Oh yeah,
So it's easier just to take the four bolts off and pull the axle out. On a
you're
Ford. If
you're
you
at
had C
four.
clip, that's different. If you had C clips or anything else, that's different. But this was easier for me.
I don't think C clips should ever have been invented.
No, no. Oh, and by the way, I got that tractor battery from I think it was Farm and Home because I looked in the manual and it said what is it 350 cold cranking amps for a 6-cylinder, and the
Yeah.
tractor battery get that, and the regular car battery is like 47 pounds, and this thing's 17. So I put it in front. That thing
Wow.
cranks over pretty good. So I took off 30 pounds off the right front corner of the car.
Nice.
So
Yeah, people have used Honda batteries. They're pretty small and light too, but
yeah,
yeah,
I
for
was going to use
tractor battery, you'll crank it.
Yeah, I was going to get one of those lithiums, but they are so expensive. I mean, this tractor battery is like 40 something bucks. And the lithium ones are, whatever, 240 something. And I see what happens with these, cars with lithium batteries. I don't want to burn up my Mustang.
Right. Yeah.
It's a low tech charging system. So I'm sure, something will happen with that. So, hey, everybody, there's, look on John's site. There's other people that are getting close to,
There are.
yeah. So, we can trying to get the camera figure out here. Arm was getting tired. But we can get the, get the other guys and have more people. The more the merrier. Some of them are.
All right. Well, if we have 3 more people from this class make it, we'll hit our statistical average of 70%.
Okay.
If we have 4 make it, we'll be a little slightly better than average. But Barkley is he's right about 400 right now, and he's working it all day at the track.
Mm-hmm.
So Barkley will do pretty well today. He's hoping he can get to 450 today. And Engine Light Garage is a 432, and he's been there for a long time. So we'll see what he does. He's a 432. Yeah. Michael Yielding is at 378. He's waiting for some rocker arms to come in to make some content. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing I should have done, shoulda, woulda, coulda, is start in October. We didn't start till March 18th. Between getting a different computer and I wanted to use a certain program, and our computer was bogging down, and I think she's using DaVinci Resolve. It had something kind of interesting on it she just discovered, or maybe she knew it just playing with it. If you got music in the background, you can edit out the music. Your audio is a little funny because if the music overpowered it a little bit, it might affect your audio a little bit. But that way, because we had a couple of them where it said whatever copyright infringement and all that. So she, pressed that a few times and got the copyright straightened out. So.
But what I'll tell you is it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're not monetized and it's just a copyright claim and not a copyright strike, you just leave it alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with her program, it wasn't letting her go beyond that. So maybe it was a strike. I'm not sure. I let her handle the tech stuff. You can tell I'm not that great at tech. That's why it took so long to get on this live.
Oh, it's all good.
I didn't know how to put my name in.
But see now you can go live. You've got it. You've got it all figured out.
Yep. So that's great.
Dr. Go, welcome. Dean, glad you could make it. Empire of Rust, what are you waiting for, man? You've got 17 days, 11 hours, and 31 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, you got a neater background than I do. Of course, I'm not.
Well, but I do this every week, and sometimes more for years. So I got a regular spot.
This looks like the back of a hotel or something, So
now, what do you got going on there? You got those little candle holders, a gold leaf frame. Where is that in the painting there?
Oh, let's see. I have no idea, but my parents are from northern Italy, so maybe it's someplace up in the mountains up there. So actually, it's kind of funny. My sister in California, she got one of those ancestry.coms.
Yeah.
And then we find out we're not Italian. Oh, that's great. With a name like that and everything. But my parents are up from northern Italy, so it's how far back do you go? And they're up by the border, so the border will move down one time, it'll move up one time, and so we're at the Austrian-Italian border. So I guess they took it back far enough. So it's kind of like, hey, I'm my ancestry is the same as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, I don't have the build, but
Hey, Empire of Rust, you spent $800 hauling stone soup to Minnesota. Is that going to keep you from being able to register? And that's an honest question, because that's a huge amount to spend on fuel, man. And where did you have to get that? I'm just curious what the logistics of that were. Sounds like you really you were playing snowman doing some significant trucking. Look at that. I estimated that whole thing to get to him on his numbers was $1,700.
Damn.
Golly. Yeah, now Blake's situation is a little different. They're a monetized channel. They got more incentive to care. I'm depends on the video, but I'm mildly indifferent. But they have a good sized channel. And Blake puts a lot of work into his videos. And they're good for years and years. They're not shoehorned into any one time or anything. Record was burning fuel. Yeah, man. Whew. Tell you what, you got a lot of skin in the game, Empire of Rust.
Oh yeah.
See what happens there. Hey, Lars, Lars driving, um, unfinished project. Where is Blu-Grit right now? And for those of you who obviously, if you haven't subscribed, go over and check out his channel. He's got a neat channel, a lot of good Ford content over there, but he branches out too, done a lot of tours, shops, museum. It looked like it was in that you were in. Good stuff, autocross
That's
stuff.
actually that museum. Everything's for sale in that place. It's pretty much like a they do some consignment. He travels
Okay.
around in cars and just drags them all there. But it's kind of neat. You could spend a whole afternoon there or a whole day there basically because there's 3 different museums or if you want to call it or showrooms. So
Okay.
and actually he goes. I think tomorrow I'll have a couple of videos from. It was off a cheap camera. It's a few years back, but pre-COVID. We used to go down to the SAAC. Now, SCCA is Sports Car Club of America.
Right.
SAAC is Shelby American Automotive Club. And I actually saw Carroll Shelby down there, previous years. But I got a little road race kind of on one of the corners. But that guy from Fastlane, that Ford GT, he actually takes it out on the course, and they hit them hard. They're not just parade laps.
Yeah.
So I think I got one going in the morning and one going in the afternoon. It's just a short thing off of one turn, but it's kind of interesting seeing. They sound real good going by. It just Shelby GT 350s and mostly all Mustangs and things like that. There was a Ferrari or birdcage Ferrari or something going by or whatever it was, but it was one that Shelby, the type he used to drive way back when he first started before he got into Fords. So, but it's just interesting. Here you got a guy that has a big museum and all this kind of stuff, and he goes and hammers on these cars. Well,
Well,
he
yeah.
has a twin turbo. There's his drag car is a twin turbo Shelby. It's kind of like a kit car. I'm not sure what the brand is, but you see the twin turbos out of the nose opening and all that. And that thing, well, he pulls the wheels up, foot and a half in the air. So,
Oh, wow.
I think he was doing. I forget what he's doing over Tulsa. It was like in the eights, but that was with the old single turbo motor. I'm not sure what he's doing now. So, but it's nice to see them, having fun with their cars too. There's not just a museum piece.
Oh, yeah. Barrows makes an interesting comment. It's not uncommon at all to have Germanic DNA in Italy because the Lombards ruled northern Italy for hundreds of years. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, my mom, if you listen to her talking, my parents when they talk Italian, if you didn't know the words, you think these they're speaking German because of the dialect. It's kind of harsh. It's not the whatever rhythmic fluid Italian. It's kind of abrupt and harsh, So, but my dad, he's from originally his parents came over from Brooklyn because of the I don't know, to better their lives, and they came here, and then the Depression hit, so he went back to Italy just in time for World War II. So they couldn't catch the break. But so my dad has a Brooklyn Italian English accent, so he's people here can't understand him, people there can't understand him, so it's kind of interesting. So nothing like dialects.
Oh no, it's very interesting where we all come from and the patchwork that creates our languages and everything. It's interesting stuff. It's interesting stuff.
My arms aren't long enough to pan out to catch the shirt really well, so.
No, it's one of these things to get good at live streaming, you just do it more often and you figure all these little things out, and that's it. I'm actually streaming from my phones. If you catch me up here, I'm taking a glimpse of what's going on 2 different screens.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that for a reason, but last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So,
but
anyway, when
anyway,
I first started out, the first year we came up there and Cement.
Cement Surfer.
Yeah,
Russell.
Cement Surfer. Yeah, he had that Barracuda up there when we were working there. I met Blu-Grit Garage, who's on the left-hand side, and he was kind of holding some electrical stuff, and he was getting zapped by the coil, and I was in the center with a squirt bottle of gasoline because he didn't have a fuel pump or whatever. So I'm trying to keep it running, and the poor guy on the right, oh shoot, I'm trying to think of it. I'm getting bad with names. He just did the 500. He did it the second time. What was his name? He had the Belvedere or the
There's
Fury?
a lot of people. Probably Jason, if I had to guess.
Jason. Yeah, I think Jason was on the right. So then the wind would be blowing and I'm squirting fuel in the carburetor and fuel's going in his eye while Barrows is getting zapped, and then the thing was backfiring, and it caught. I'm blowing the fire out, and I'm holding the gas can off to the or the squirt bottle off to the side. And my brother grabs the squirt can out of my hand and throws it because it was on fire, and I was not looking because I was blowing the carburetor out. Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Okay, so Barrows said it was Jay, but Jay and Jason, Rapid Transit Garage. So yeah,
Yes, Rapid
and
Transit.
Jason, they're both really good dudes too.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll have to start writing the different sites and writing people's names down, but I'm really awful with names, but good with faces. So
I'm the opposite.
oh, okay.
I'm the opposite. I'll remember people's name better than their face. It's just, I guess, just the way my mind files information.
Yeah.
It's just strange like that.
Well, you might deal with people more. I deal with staring at a computer all day long at work. So yeah.
No, can't do that. Can't do that.
Yeah. Well, only a few more years of that.
That was my biggest incentive to not want to work in engineering was that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do it.
Spend all day fighting to stay awake.
If any of you guys are not subscribed, obviously check out Blu-Grit Garage, but share that out to your friends. So, send that link out, and not just your Ford friends. See if anybody wants to check out his channel, and he'll earn your subscription. He's earned mine. And Mrs. One-Eyed Cat says, everyone here has two names to remember.
Yeah.
Well, you're the boss. We got to remember Wendy's.
Yeah, I tried mixing it up. I wanted to keep it Ford stuff, but every once in a while, just to try to get the, well, Anna, she's into horses too, so she did a couple of things out by her work, riding horses and this and that, with the dog. We have things with the dog, and then I posted. My sister had I think it was 13,000 something views on a rabbit. She was at my parents' house, and there's a rabbit out by the alley, and she's talking to it and says, "Oh, come here, you're cute," and all that kind of stuff. You want some lettuce? And the thing comes up to her. Just a wild rabbit comes up to her. I mean, close, and then it kind of goes by her. But I mean, it got to within a foot and a half of her camera. That's, or maybe even less. I mean, it got real close. So that thing got 13,000 something views and a whole 20 some odd, almost 30 subscribers. And then I just put out a cat one during the Friday during our last live that you had, and it was her cat. She brought it to the vet and was hiding under a blanket. And then it came out, looked at you, meowed, and turned around and tucked itself underneath the blanket again. And I did a little comment about No Name Nationals on it, and that got a bunch of views and subscribers too. So, you can't always, some of the videos you try to get into the tech videos and you're getting 40 views, and
right,
and then you get 13,000 off of an animal video. But hey, the views are one thing, the subs, who's getting subs too. So anything to get the subs so we can get out there,
Yeah, ultimately, the public is the judge of what they like to watch.
Right.
So that's just where it goes. And I'm perfectly okay with that because I kind of have the opposite. So for me, if I do a video, like that Roadrunner horn, I probably got 10,000 views on the Roadrunner horn. But taking my dog for fireworks, I just did it because I wanted to. And I knew it wouldn't get but a few hundred views, and that's fine. So, that's okay. I do it because I enjoy it. So I put up, what I want to put up, and I know that some of it will be big views, some won't.
Oh, I'm going to have to cut out. My mom.
All right.
I need to pick
All
her
right,
up.
Walter. We'll see you. I appreciate you being here.
Okay, thanks a lot. Sorry about that. I mean, I can put the phone down and come back, but it's going to be a while.
Whatever you want to do. We'll stick around here a little while. I got to head out probably about 1 o'clock myself, but
okay, it'll probably be about 5 minutes.
All right, man. Sure.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I'm going to go ahead and cut his mic. While he is away, we'll continue doing what we're doing here. These ambush lives, you can't ever plan them. Just, they happen when they happen. And I know that I've got stuff I've got to do this afternoon. So I thought, what, it'd be pretty good to go ahead and take a shot at this during the day. Yeah, Brian, just, we do what we want. And it's a nice little mixture of things. I mean, the channel name is John Wilburn. It's not, the channel name is not like promised Mopar content in the exact window of what you want to see. Right? Fair enough. But I don't get, I don't judge, what I want to put up by what I think it'll get in views. I try to maximize what I put up, but because why not? You put up the right title, the best title and everything, and try to get the most out of it, but have fun with what you do. Rob's Garage Experiments. If I go there, I'd want to see Rob doing garage experiments. Empire Rust. I'm finishing up a rebuild on a customer's Jeep. What kind of Jeep? Glad you could make it, Rob. Yeah, this is just a. Maybe I should have named my channel Everything Hoopty. Big Mike's Hoopty Barn totally works. You'll always be Big Mike. And it's Big Mike. I mean, you didn't say 2XL Mike. You said Big Mike, right? 89 Wrangler 2.5. Well, okay. That's at least it's not an '04 Grand Cherokee inline six. I put an engine in one of those not too awfully long ago, and it sucked. Oh, not a fun one, but we got it done. A name like 72 Plymouth Roadrunner only will be tough to do content with. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people will name a channel as real super specific thing after their car, never thinking about that. I did not say 3XL Mike. Right. Exactly. Busted Radio Garage. Busted Radio Garage. Blu-Grit Garage, Walter, he is getting really close to his 500 subs. So we decided to do what I call an ambush live, where we don't plan and advertise it much. It's just, can we go live? Are we overlapping anybody? And it seemed like this morning was a good time. I had a little window to do it, and so did Walter. He stepped away for a minute. He'll be back. But we're trying to get him his 500, and he's really close. So, if everybody would just share out his link, send it to your friends. Got a lot of good Ford content on his channel. Mustangs, Mavericks, inline six stuff. Uh, Autocross. It's a good channel. And Walter's been to the No Name Nationals each year, and this will be his first year as a participant. But his 500 moment is at hand. Hello, NSB. What's going on? Brian Beeler says wants to feel his channel's more of a hobby and not a job. I totally get that. Blue Grit's at 484. Rob says I have 4 Mopar cars and plenty of material to try out. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. He's got a good, worthy channel. And like I say with all these guys, go check out their stuff, see if they earn your sub. And I say that because they earn it. They earn their own subs. And his channel's certainly worthy of that, in my opinion. See if it is yours. 486. You're 14 away.
Oh, nice.
One-eyed cat's in the middle of watching paint dry right now. Car might run like crap, but it's looking nicer and has brakes. Well, that's a good thing.
Oh, brakes are good. So,
Don, you really need a piston stop so you can mark your balancer and set the timing. That would be a really big deal for that car. Hey, Buffalo Brian. Yeah, 487. Walter is 13 subs away.
Cool.
Tony is making No Name Nationals hats. Are we going to have hats in the merch store at the event? We'll have to wait and see.
It's good for us balding guys.
I wore a hat more when I had more hair.
Yeah.
Rob was about to make a video, taking a pause for you guys. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Buffalo Brian, I've been watching some of this high-end demo derby car construction stuff on YouTube. It's pretty wild how those top-tier cars are made. Oh my gosh. 488, 12 away, 489. Just keeps getting closer.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I have a couple of videos of, well, over at my neighbor behind me has a 70 Monte Carlo big block, but he also has a Mustang over at a shop that he owns. It's like a tire shop. I went up there yesterday, and the one thing I noticed right off the bat, boy, he had the timing advance so much that the thing barely cranked. You know, he's like, oh, it makes your eyes burn and all that. And I think you had a little too much timing in there.
You know what?
Distributor or something.
There's 490. There's another YouTuber who likes to lock them out and weld them up, and then has the timing so far advanced they'll barely start. I just, not me. They have advanced for a reason. I mean,
either that or put a switch.
So they will start.
Put a switch and kill the ignition so you can crank it and get it going, then flip the switch on. You know, that's how they used to do it for road racing.
Yeah. On Chris's various networks, there's got 5 subs. I guess they're in the family. Mean Street Mopar, what's going on? Mean Street Mopar, Walter is really close. He is within 10 subs of his 500. You're in the last 2% of your journey here to 500.
Nice. Then I could relax a little bit. Actually work more in the car.
Yeah.
Spend so much time trying to get something out. Like I said, if I start in October, right now, since you've had that challenge, the 30 shorts in 30 days. I mean, I've been putting something out, whether it's a short or a long, but something every day. That takes a little bit out of you.
I think you had 132 subs in June when we announced that challenge.
Mm-hmm. So I missed the challenge though, because I had a couple of longs, and then I had a couple of the first few days we were still getting Anna's getting her computer all straightened out and all that. So right off the bat, we missed out like 2 or 3 days. But after that, came on strong.
Hey, Chris, thanks for swinging in. We appreciate it. And yes, Buffalo Brian, those cars are very expensive. It was a $40,000 to win demo derby, and those cars had, I think some of them had 500 hours in them. I mean, it's pretty elaborate builds, and I actually put a link to tech inspection for those cars on my channel. It's very interesting.
I gotta check that out.
How's it going? Ed, Twisted Dennis. So Walter is within 5 subscribers, or it's within 10 subscribers of his 500. He's 98% of the way, and he has put in the work all summer. I think he had 132 in June, and is sitting on 490 right now. The link to Blu-Grit Garage is pinned at the top. If you've not yet shared that out amongst your friends, good time.
Okay, I got to step out one more time. I'll be right back.
You're 491.
Thanks. I'll be right back.
We got Walter at a busy time, but he's going to be able to surprise his daughter later this afternoon with his 500, I think. He's awfully close. 492. Yeah, I got to step out here not too long, too. So I think we did this with just enough time to make it happen. Buffalo Brian, are you going to run a demo derby car down the track at No Name Nationals in 2025? I mean, as long as you pass some fundamental tech, you can do that. 493. It's about there. 7 more. That's right. He needs 1.4% more. Yeah, I subscribed to him early. He's got a good, worthy channel. $494. Demo derby car. Well, yeah, that's Buffalo Brian's discipline is demo derby stuff. So it'd be interesting if he brought a demo derby car just to run down the drag strip to see what it would do. But no, Brian, you can't take out your competitor the way you're used to. And you can't line up backwards and go in reverse and try to take them out on the way down the track. Lars says he can feel Unfinished Project getting the screen recording ready all the way from Tennessee. He probably is. 494, 1.2% left. Yeah, he just runs Demo Derby and comes to the No Name Nationals, but he brings his brother's car. Unfinished Project's going to try. Well, this is kind of a unusual thing for all of us. I mean, I got work to do here in a few minutes. I'm going to have to roll out, but we just had this little window to see if we could make this happen for Walter. Yeah, nothing slips by Unfinished Project. He is a ninja. He is something. So Empire of Rust, while Walter's out, where did you take Stone Soup from? From somewhere in Kansas up to Minnesota? 71 satellite wagon? Right on. That's cool. I want to see that. Seems to be Barrows, yeah. Certainly does. Good dude. Yeah, Empire of Rust. Well, Tony's got 971 going to 1,000. With the content you've got that you can put up, Tony, you should have no problem. Wrong English in the house. 495. The last percent is here. 0.2% per sub. Yeah, I'm sure Tony's got some good stuff in the hopper. I got to tell you, there's always a video that makes you feel like the event is really, you're on the eve of it. And Tony's video with his two vehicles lined up to measure them for a 2-car trailer, and they were idling. I'm like, that feels really real to me. The Stone Soup picked it up in Nebraska, hauled it to his shop for work, and then to Kansas, and then to Minnesota. Because I know Jason has it now. I'm pretty sure Jason and Jay got it right now. I have no idea what they're doing. It's just, wow, that's a lot of fuel. Wonder what the total in fuel is going to be altogether for that. Because I had estimated 1,700, and I think from what you're telling me, it's going to be more than that.
Yeah, some of us are lucky. We're close to not close, but close enough to the track, only a couple hours away.
Yeah, I know. You're in Missouri, aren't you?
Yeah, St. Louis, so it's
St. Louis? Okay.
Not too bad.
No, you're not bad at all.
Yeah, hopefully
some of our rental vendors are in Cape Girardeau.
Yeah. Oh, Anna just texted me 495 subs.
Yeah, 495. That's right.
Damn.
495. And if she's not watching this, she can tune in. You're in your last 1%. You're 99% of the way there.
Nice.
Ron English, if you're not yet subscribed to Blu-Grit Garage, go check it out. His link is pinned at the top.
I gotta
3
check
weeks from today, we'll be done. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully that deal with the guy lending me his truck when he said he's going to pay gas, hopefully that comes through. If not, I got to hurry up and put a power steering pump on my F-250. It's been kind of making a mess of the driveway.
496.
Almost there.
Four subs away.
Let me know who's 500.
Oh, we know who's going to be 500. Don't worry about that.
No, so let me know who it is and see if he turns around and backs out.
Oh, no, we know exactly who it's going to be. Trust me.
Oh, okay. I think the last one I watched, they got up to like 500, and all of a sudden the person pulled theirs back real quick.
Oh, you'll see.
Just a mess with them.
What year's the F-250 Empire of Rust asks?
It's a 95. It's a 5.8 liter. So it's in pretty good shape. It kind of dings a little bit. You know, I got to I back the timing way off. I don't know what's up with it. So it doesn't have much power. Plus, it still pings. So, and it runs a little warm.
Tony says 15 days, 20 hours, 4 minutes, 10 seconds until I leave for No Name Nationals.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, double check your trailers. I went and, you know, like when you tech for autocross, the guys come up and they grab some gloves. They grab the top of the tire and yank back and forth. See if you've got plane suspension. You can do that with your trailers too. Just grab the top of the tire and push, you know, in and out, you know. Mm-hmm. And I saw one of my wheels is loose. So, you know, check your trailers out when you make it up there, or before you make it up there. So I'm going to have to
3 away.
Double check that. 3 away.
497. Smoke Wrench Sean, how's it going? We've got Walter here, Blu-Grit Garage. He is 3 subs away from his 500 to punch his ticket to the 3rd annual AHRA No Name Nationals. He has worked hard all year to do this, and we're here to celebrate his 500 together. We had a short window this morning to make it happen, and he is almost there. He is 99.4% of the way, to be exact. Turbo Tom, how's it going? Turbo Tom got his 500 literally while we were lining up for the group photo last year.
Like Dizzy Izzy, I met him. I subbed on the line going in. You know,
he was on the cardboard sign. Turbo Tom did it while the group photo was lining up. He made it with the least despair of anybody in history. Turbo Tom did.
Yeah. So hey, thanks everybody for, you know, making it so I don't have to be out there with a sign.
Bad Tree says, I'll sub if you can tell a good dad joke.
Oh,
I like it.
Now that you ask me, I can't think of any, but so
yeah, be pondering on your best dad joke.
Yeah.
Blake there. Mrs. One-Eyed Cat, who's always been so kind to help chauffeur me around a little bit. Who's it going to be? Oh, we know who it's going to be. Unless something really crazy pulls him away, we know who 500 is going to be.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
He always does the 500 then? He always waits until...
He unquestionably has the 500th sub of more people than anyone. Tony says you're still at 497. So, in fact, I'm going to flip over. You were at 479 when we started this live. And 497 now. Yeah, what's your best dad joke? Because Bad Tree Gang wants to hear it. You got a good dad joke for us?
I don't know. My daughter kind of says anything I say is a bad dad joke, so I don't know.
There you go.
Right now.
Tony's Hot Rod Garage says, I'm pretty sure Unfinished Project was my 500th. Unfinished Project is almost everybody's 500th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this way, he's always lurking.
I was going to say, now after the 500, if I get the 500, I can start actually going and watching more people's videos because content takes time. You know, I hit a couple of shorts here and there just to keep, let them know that I'm alive. But I like the long ones, especially the ones going through, scrap yards or things for sale, things like that. Not that I need any more projects. I got, enough unfinished projects basically going on now. But I just kind of like to see what's out there. There was one with the Tempest, independent rear suspension convertible Tempest, and I remember seeing one at a scrap yard. I forget what it was, 62 Tempest or something like that, and it was actually a station wagon. And on that one, it had a 4-cylinder, which is a V8, where they just didn't they bolted a plate on the other cylinder instead of a head, and there was a lifter valley pan, and it had a 4-barrel manifold on it, and it was all from the factory. And then the transmission's bolted in back by the rear differential, and it has a independent rear suspension. All that in a station wagon. It was kind of weird, kind of interesting. Pontiac had some interesting stuff like that.
Indeed. I like the 8-lug wheels.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Didn't somebody show up last time with one? Catalina?
Yeah, that was Hunter. That was Hunter. Dakota's Timeout's brother, Sam Mountain Ballistics Hunter.
It had a tri-power on it, didn't it?
I believe so. Yep.
Yeah. That's one thing, seeing all the interesting stuff out of the no names. Did the one guy ever get the Subaru Brat with the big block done?
It's not done. Clint still has it. You're at 498.
2 more to go.
2 more to go. So we got. So I'm sure unfinished project is probably just, you know.
Waiting.
Oh yeah, he's staged. I bet he's staged. Now I'm really curious who that person is. Well, he'll probably put up a short about it. Watch that. I've said that, and he probably won't this time, but we'll see.
Yep.
He definitely is more people's 500th sub than anyone. Mater's Workshop.
Buick Smith's not going to be able to make it.
Buick Smith is saying that he can't make it. He's got reasons he's not going to be able to make it this year. But Walter is trying to get to 500. He is 2 subs away.
And tonight we're going to check out the recording. I'll have Anna watch it. And she can tell me how I look like a bad dad joke.
That's it. Let me go over here and take a look. We're awfully close. I'm showing 498. Slant Daily Garage. Walter from Blu-Grit Garage is at 498 subs. 498. $501. Oh, Honey Badger says I got 5. Uh-oh. Oh, did something pull unfinished project away?
That's what he gets for waiting.
Slant Daily was 499. Yeah, 503. Yeah, he's at work, so it takes away. If this was like a Friday night where he's like right there, no one could beat him to it.
Okay, I don't have my glasses. Who was 500?
Honey Badger says I'm 500. You got to refresh the browser to make sure of that, though. But
okay,
probably
thanks, Honey Badger. So, well, thanks everybody.
Congratulations, you earned it.
Okay.
So Blake says I might be 500. Right. There's a lot of people trying to dive on the 500. So usually the way it happens is people creep up 497, 498, then jump to about 507. That happens almost every time we do this. But unfinished oh, he was denied. He was 501. Oh, I can't win them all, but he does win most.
No, he's close.
He tried. He was close. Mater was 504. Cool. Well, excellent. Well, I have got to go do some work stuff, but this has been super successful. Walter, you've got your 500. Congratulations. You've certainly worked really hard.
Well, thank you, John. Thank everybody.
This is fun. So, celebrate, get to work on your car and share what you want and when you want. And Engine Light Garage is now the new leader. And Barkley is coming up through that field fast. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Barkley takes the lead by the end of the day. And his link is right here. So we will see. Between Barkley and Engine Light, they're both close. So we got a new leader. So now in the alumni section, Engine Light Garage is now running first. We've got 7 more guys running. And Barkley's is 406. There you go, Shane. So cool. All right, gentlemen, I got to wrap it up today. Got to run. We just had a short window to do this. I got work to do this afternoon. But thank you all for coming in here and helping out. I mean, for an Ambush Live, we got 35 watching. That's a great turnout. And thank you all. We appreciate you. Certainly couldn't do this without you.
Okay, thank you. And it's been a lot of fun.
All right. Y'all have a great rest of your day. See you again soon.